No one believed a Swedish jet could ever outperform America's crown jewel, the F-22 Raptor. But then it did something the world's most advanced fighter simply couldn't. In a sky dominated by trillion-dollar programs and stealth superweapons, a small Nordic nation just changed the rules of modern air combat. Because while the F-22 hides behind its stealth, the Gripen E just proved that brains, not budgets, are what truly win wars. It's fast, it's clever, and it just accomplished something that's making even NATO pilots pause and rethink everything they thought they knew about air superiority. The world of modern air power has always been ruled by giants. The US built the F-22 and F-35 to dominate the skies. Russia has its Su-57. China is racing ahead with the J-20. And then, far from the spotlight, comes Sweden, a peaceful, neutral country that quietly built something that seems to defy logic. A fighter so adaptable, so intelligent, and so efficient that it's punching far above its weight. That jet is the Saab Gripen E. While the F-22 is an apex predator born from unlimited American funding, the Gripen E is the result of Swedish necessity. Sweden can't afford billion-dollar programs, they can't depend on foreign allies to fight their wars, so they built a fighter that could do the impossible, survive, strike, and dominate without a massive support network. And now, it's starting to show the world what that philosophy really means. When the Gripen E was first announced, experts smirked. They said it was just a budget fighter, too light, too small, too civilized to stand in the same ring as the F-22 or F-35, but what they missed was that the Gripen was never designed to win through brute force. It was designed to outsmart. You see, the F-22 and F-35 depend on enormous logistics chains. They need massive airbases, carefully controlled hangars, specialized fuel, and constant updates from US systems. The Gripen? It was built to operate from highways, literally. Swedish engineers built it so it could land, refuel, and take off again from a stretch of road in under 10 minutes, with just a handful of ground crew and a fuel truck. It's not about luxury, it's about survival. Because Sweden knew that if war ever came, their airbases would be bombed first. Their jets had to keep flying, anywhere, anytime. That's something even the F-22 can't do. The Raptor, as advanced as it is, needs a perfect environment to function. Its stealth coating is fragile, its systems are complex, and its maintenance demands are enormous. The Gripen E, it can fight, land on a road, refuel in minutes, and take off again. That's not theory, that's fact. And recently it proved that this isn't just a gimmick, it's the future of warfare. During a series of NATO and Allied air exercises, the Gripen E pulled off something stunning. While advanced fighters like the F-35 and F-22 were grounded between sorties for maintenance and system checks, the Gripen E was flying mission after mission, continuously. Its turnaround time was unmatched. In simulated combat, it rejoined battles faster than any other aircraft on the field. It didn't just fight once, it fought again and again, like a boxer who refuses to leave the ring. That resilience is something no stealth jet can match. The Gripen E might not vanish from radar, but it never disappears from the fight. And then came the real surprise. During these exercises, Gripen pilots demonstrated something even more extraordinary: the ability to operate independently of large data networks and still coordinate flawlessly with drones, ground stations, and even other jets. While most modern fighters rely on secure data links and US-controlled communication systems, the Gripen E carries its own. It doesn't need permission. It doesn't need a connection to Washington to fight. That means even if its networks are jammed, it keeps going, sharing encrypted data directly between aircraft. It's like a wolf pack that can hunt without a leader. The F-22, for all its power, can't do that. Its data systems are notoriously limited. They can't easily talk to other aircraft, even within the same Air Force. In fact, US pilots have admitted that the F-22's communication system is decades behind what the Gripen now carries, and that's what shocked everyone. Sweden's small, modest fighter was demonstrating battlefield networking that the world's most expensive jet simply couldn't. How did Sweden pull that off? Simple. They designed the Gripen E to evolve. Every system, every sensor, every line of code, modular and replaceable, no locked software, no secret American source code. If something breaks, Sweden fixes it. If technology changes, they upgrade it themselves. While others are waiting years for new software updates, the Gripen E adapts in months. It's not just a fighter jet, it's a flying computer built for survival, and that's exactly what the modern battlefield demands. Because wars today aren't just fought with missiles, they're fought with information. And when that information gets jammed, hacked, or cut off, the jet that can still think for itself, wins. That's where the Gripen E's brilliance truly shines. Its electronic warfare system, developed by Saab and Leonardo, is so advanced it can detect, deceive, and even control enemy radar signals in real time. It doesn't hide from the enemy, it confuses them. Imagine a magician on the battlefield. One moment you think you're locking onto it, and the next, it's gone, replaced by a ghost signal that leads you away. That's what makes the Gripen E deadly. It doesn't rely on stealth coatings or invisibility. It uses intelligence and deception. The F-22 might be invisible, but the Gripen E, it's unpredictable. And in warfare, unpredictability wins. When word spread of these exercises, even NATO officials were impressed. Here was a fighter that could launch from a road, jam enemy radars, coordinate with drones, and rejoin the battle faster than anything else, all while costing a fraction of what the F-22 or F-35 does. Brazilian pilots flying the Gripen E began calling it the thinking fighter, because it reacts, it learns, it shares. It's not about raw speed or brute power, it's about strategy and survival. And as wars in Europe and the Middle East have shown, survival now depends on flexibility. A jet that can't adapt quickly becomes a liability. The F-22 is a masterpiece of engineering, but it was designed in the 1990s. Its upgrades are slow, its technology sealed behind classified walls, and its maintenance costs are staggering. That's why production was stopped at just 187 units. The Gripen E, on the other hand, is still evolving. Every year, it gets new software, new sensors, new partnerships, and it's doing all that without trillion-dollar budgets. While others are spending billions just to keep their fleets flying, Sweden is outsmarting them with simplicity and innovation. The irony is almost poetic. The US built the F-22 to ensure no one could ever challenge its air dominance, but instead of fighting it head-on, Sweden built something that quietly sidestepped the whole game. Because in today's world, the most dangerous weapon isn't the one you can't see. It's the one that never stops adapting. That's why the Gripen E's recent achievement, launching, refueling, and relaunching in record time during live NATO drills while maintaining full network capability, made such waves. It wasn't supposed to be possible. The F-22 can't do that. The F-35 can't do that. No other modern fighter can. And yet Sweden did it. With a fraction of the budget, and without needing anyone's permission. That's what makes the Gripen E so fascinating. It's not about size, stealth, or raw power. It's about independence. And in an age where wars can cut off GPS, jam communications, and target infrastructure, independence might be the most valuable weapon of all. The world is beginning to take notice. Brazil, Hungary, the Czech Republic, they're not just buying the Gripen, they're building new defense doctrines around it, because they understand something the big powers often forget. Control matters. If your jet depends on another country for updates, maintenance, or data access, it's not really yours. The Gripen E gives full sovereignty to whoever flies it. No hidden restrictions.